Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Okay, picture this. You're out observing nature, right? And you suddenly see what looks like this tiny little bird just aggressively attacking a massive, incredibly powerful beast. But here's the crazy part. The beast doesn't even flinch. It doesn't care. It's one of the wild's most bizarre visual paradoxes. It's kind of the perfect example of how things in the animal kingdom are, well, almost never what they seem on the surface. Today, we're diving into a relationship that's totally going to challenge how you understand animal interactions. Seriously, you have to ask yourself, why on earth would any animal silently tolerate a bird sitting right there on its back, actively pecking at its blood and flesh? I mean, if you or I were getting pecked at like that, our literal first instinct is to just swat the thing away, right? It sounds brutal. You've got this bird going straight for the flesh of a much larger animal, but the massive host, it just sits there. It takes the pecking quietly. No shaking it off, no running away in pain. It just lets it happen. Like, no way, right? Why would it ever allow this? Well, the answer is absolutely fascinating. In some parts of the world, they actually have this brilliant name for this bird. They don't call it a pest. They cheekily call it the animal's government doctor. Isn't that just an incredible way to frame it? It completely flips the script. So actually, scratch that whole chaotic attack idea. What we're really looking at is basically a scheduled medical appointment. We're talking about a highly specialized medical professional providing a totally necessary, if, a bit unconventional, service to its giant patients. So, who exactly is this mysterious doctor? We're talking about the Oxpecker bird. Transitioning from the mystery to the biological reality here, this behavior that looks so harsh is actually a highly calculated, ongoing business operation. This bird is essentially running a specialized cleaning service right out there in the wild. It's not just randomly landing and attacking things, it's performing a very specific professional job, a job that its host absolutely desperately needs. Section 1, the unique cleaning business. Let's dive into exactly how the Oxpecker operates. Just take a look at these specific work sites out in the wild. We've got noses, ears, the general body, and rotting wounds. Yeah, the Oxpecker isn't just doing some quick, easy sweep over the animal's broad back. It actively goes for the highly sensitive spots. We're talking getting right up into the noses and ears to meticulously pick out bugs, insects, and all those irritating parasites. Just try to imagine the immense level of trust it takes for a massive animal to just let a bird with a sharp beak rummage around deep inside its ears. But hey, that's exactly what the daily grind of this particular business demands. Now, what's truly mind-blowing is the extreme lengths this bird goes to for the sake of the business. Because look, the reality of nature can be pretty stomach-churning sometimes. Cleaning rotting wounds. If the Oxpecker is working on an injured animal, it will literally clean out the rotting, decaying flesh right from their open wounds. I know, it sounds super harsh and brutal, but out in the untamed wild, that right there is absolutely premium medical care. Section 2, massive profit for both parties. So, what's the bottom line of this transaction? Here's the breakdown of this incredible win-win dynamic. On side A, we've got the host animal. By silently letting the Oxpecker do its, sometimes pretty gruesome work, the host gets constant, absolutely critical parasite removal. And even more importantly, when the bird cleans out those decaying wounds we just talked about, it's actively preventing the spread of deadly infections. That is literally a life-saving service. Then, over on side B, we have the Oxpecker. And what does our little doctor get for all this hard work? A massive food profit. It gets a highly reliable, incredibly rich diet of bugs, parasites, and, sometimes the blood and flesh we mentioned earlier. It ensures the bird stays totally well fed. At the end of the day, both parties are walking away with exactly what they need to survive and thrive. Which brings us to our final, kind of provocative thought for today. Are nature's most brutal-looking transactions actually its most brilliant business partnerships? Think about it. When you first see an Oxpecker pecking away at a bleeding wound on this giant mammal, it looks violent, right? Like it's just a parasite. But as we've just seen, it's actually this perfectly balanced, mutually beneficial arrangement. It's a true, highly effective biological business deal. It really changes how you view symbiotic relationships in the wild, doesn't it? So the next time you see something out in nature that looks a little harsh, confusing, or honestly just plain weird, ask yourself, what's the hidden transaction happening right in front of me? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and remember, always keep questioning what you see out there.